Top center. Yummy drink. Genius nerd.
NesTea.
NesTea.
I am NesTea.
I thought we were playing the association.
We were.
My eye spies something genius. NesTea. My eye spies a delicious drink. Green tea? No. NesTea? Yes.
I spy phoenixes.
anypro 프라임 B.
That's right. He needs 2 more games.
That's
Thank
right.
you, Tiara girl.
Yes. That's my favorite one. I don't know her name yet.
Mrs. Tasteless.
But since I'm madly in love with her, I will find that out soon enough. I'd be married on a mountain. Now, here we go. Protoss peeking in here. Protoss probe a little bit scared.
That's
NesTea's base.
It's a very quick pull that he's scouting.
Probe says, oh good, this will be useful for anypro.
NesTea already off to a little bit of a bad start in my opinion. It's a very quick pull, and if anypro...
I was about to say he misplaced that. He's going to fix that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, if anypro had scouted that second or third and had gone for Nexus first, then NesTea might have done some damage with it. But as is, scouting it first, that's not good for anypro. Obviously, he's going to be able to get that cannon up. NesTea, in fact, might not even make many Zerglings. In fact, he's making 2. And I think that's all he should make. Yep. Looks like that. Nope, making 2 more. Couple cannons going up, he's going to be completely safe.
You got to be careful that the Zerglings don't loop around the upper part of where your would-be expansion is and then try to sneak into your main with some of those Zerglings. Maybe just get a glimpse of what's going on. Little peeping Tom Zerglings.
So it's already kind of a bad spot for NesTea. You know, he's sacrificed a decent amount of economy to get that, but he's making his hatchery before anypro is making his Nexus. So that's good.
And here comes the Nexus. And I just heard our Korean commentators get excited, but I don't know what about, so I guess we missed that.
Yeah. Don't know.
Oh, apparently the Korean commentators thought he had blocked his Nexus again, with like he did in the Jelizer game. Okay.
Oh, he's learned from that mistake. That'll never happen again.
That probably still haunts his dreams to this day.
3 days later.
3 days later. Still here, Artosis.
To be honest, he's probably slept once since then, practicing so hard for this match.
Yeah, no kidding.
I never kid.
I never kid. Yeah, you do. You're actually the funniest person I know.
Oh, you're the funniest person I know.
Stop, I'm gonna cry. Looks like the hatchery's almost done. There's a Tastosa spot on the map. Goes the depot.
Yeah. It's the explosion sounds.
I'm good at making sound effects, man. You should have seen me when I had my action figures when I was a little kid.
I saw you. Weren't you in Police Academy?
Police Academy?
Yeah. Weren't you in that movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was me.
Oh, I thought you were great.
Thank you.
I loved you in that movie.
Thank you. After I ended my acting career to become a nerd baller.
Yeah. All right, so more cannons being made for anypro. Playing safe. Better safe than sorry, he says. I say, you know what? You're right.
You're right. And now, NesTea continuing to mass up. I set up that and now, and we got a pan to the base. There's like nothing in there. I'm like, well,
NesTea's taking his third, so.
Yep, that's something.
Interesting location for the third as well. It's within range of one of the watchtowers that anypro will want to take.
And he's going to get air weapons.
So I think we know what he's going to be going for.
He's using the Phoenix, the bird that came back from the dead, just like anypro might in this series.
Wouldn't it be cool if when Phoenixes died, they just got born again? They just like pop back up?
Yeah, if you're Protoss, yeah, it's pretty cool. Like,
it's like you kill your own Phoenixes to get more graviton beams. Just hold position over the Hydra, just keep hitting G. anypros.
I'm not surprised any pro's going to go for Phoenixes that last game. He's
actually,
like, well, it worked.
I like
Did
totally
Overlord
like
see that? Did the Overlord see that?
No. Overlord has no idea.
You only saw
Tasteless.
one? Or you saw no,
Saw
you didn't
none.
even see either.
Zero. Zip. Zilch. Nada. Who's
Nada's
top
in
four?
there? Oh my god.
Yeah. Overlord saw Nada. Nada was flying by in a Viking. he was looking for Inca in that Viking.
Yeah, man.
He's like, oh, I should have been in a Banshee. Inca's a ground unit.
Well, first of all, if Nada was the unit in the game, he'd be the Marauder.
You think so?
Yeah!
Oh. I'm sorry.
I'm like, yeah! Now, you know, here's a funny question is, do you really want to kill that Overlord back there with the Phoenix, the one that's floating around in the back of the base? Or do you want to just hide it and, you know, try to mask the fact that you're even getting Stargates at all? And it looks like he is going to hide
he's
flying units. What were you saying?
I'm saying there's a Baneling nest being made, a Roach Warren, +1 melee, and a ton of drones. So it looks like NesTea may go Baneling style, which is so awesome. Baneling style is so neat.
Now, when Banelings die, they can end up doing splash damage. But can a Baneling be picked up by a Phoenix?
Yes.
And die?
Well, do
and
splash in the air is your question?
Yeah,
and that is a great question.
I actually don't know that. I was just wondering, is that actually...
That would be cool.
That would be cool.
I've actually lifted Banelings too, but I wasn't...
No, I've done it too. It just occurred to me, I've never actually thought about it, but I was just wondering, like...
And he's going to see what's going on. And what's mostly going on is a lot of Spore Crawlers being made. Sees the Baneling nest. There is a Spire on the way. So he may go Corruptor Baneling or something like that, which is like a hilarious unit composition.
Now,
if
like,
no,
you've seen that Phoenixes, I think going Infestors is pretty good. Bungle them.
Although he has no idea about the third base of NesTea. He's going to fly over here and see no third. He's going to be like, what is going on exactly? Also, NesTea is taking a fourth at the moment. You know, I'm really interested in this this double Stargate play that we're seeing from anypro. Really.
Well, you know, it's funny because, you know, in StarCraft 1, we associate this with Corsair Reaver, which is actually, I think, one of the hardest strategies to pull off because it requires so much APM and like, reloading the Reavers and stuff. And
it is a hard
and if you lose anything, you know, you pretty much lose the game. Even if you lose a few Corsairs, it collapses. But, you know, in this case, you can just keep making Phoenixes and go for ground units. And, I mean, it seems pretty straightforward.
7 Corruptors being made right now as the Phoenixes fly around doing their damage. Losing some of his Phoenixes.
Yeah, a little bit of miscontrol there. Looks like he might lose that one.
He's making mostly Void Rays right now, so I think he might actually transition into Void Ray Colossus, possibly. Because right now there are a lot of Corruptors being made. Void Rays flying in Tasteless, but a ton of Corruptors are being made.
This might be a mistake.
And he's going to go right after these Spores. But here come the Corruptors!
And I think this is bad news. Now,
this is like a battle I've never seen before.
I don't know what I'm supposed to call this for. Well, here's the thing, is that he can keep making more Corruptors.
Yeah, he's making 10 more Tastes.
Yeah.
anypro should probably just run away from here. Corruptors are actually pretty decent against both these units. Void Rays are pretty good against them, but, you know.
Oh!
And he's just going to go for broke here, bringing up 2 more Void Rays. But there are like 10 more Corruptors on the way, Tasteless. And +1 for Corruptors.
Uh-oh. Corruptors go. What did they do to you? Get out!
Corruptors holding a filibuster here.
Wow.
No more Void Rays. You know, because they're corrupt like politicians.
Nah, I get it.
Thank you.
You funny.
I have to like explain it and write it on a piece of paper, please laugh.
You gotta What we need is candid laughter here.
Yeah.
A little button we hit.
Little laugh track.
Little laugh track. Oh my god.
So many Baneling cocoons.
He's gonna go right for the front here. And I think Phoenix may have made a miscalculation of what will work in this scenario. And now he really doesn't have enough defense. Void Rays are not good against Banelings. FYI.
They do have speed as well, so he can actually go in and perhaps do a bust. And Warp Gate just finishing now. This is actually the latest Warp Gate has ever been researched since day 2 of the beta.
All right,
here we go. What's he gonna go for?
He's in there.
Going for the probes. Force field's going up. Oh, kills a ton of probes.
And I think that's actually the end of the game.
That's probably going to be GG. He won't give up quite yet, but
well, here's the issue is that NesTea can now continue to make stuff, send it here to this base that's basically naked. It's not the good kind of naked, like, oh, that's hot and sexy naked. It's like there's no cannons there or sentries.
well, that's what Zergs are into, Tasteless, and who are you to judge?
I'm not going to judge, you know. Whatever makes him happy.
Something interesting. AnyPro has not seen 3 of NesTea's bases. He's only seen the main and the natural, so he actually has no idea how ridiculously far behind he really is.
Ring the bell. It's round number 2 here. Ding.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was about to
At
say,
this point, yeah, you can,
well, getting the core is actually good. You can't make stalkers
Yeah.
or sentries.
he can actually just hit anything he wants. His economy is like infinity better. He's making so many Zerglings, getting his hive, making drones, doing everything. NesTea. Everyone talks about Lucira. Ha! It's all about NesTea. Always has been, always will be.
And you know what's exciting is we already saw how good SC is against Zergs. But NesTea, man, this guy is at a level I have never seen him at. And this Nexus will die. And it's basically like the single player where the Zerg just keeps sending stuff at you.
But you can't survive.
You can't survive, man. 'Cause it's on Brutal.
It's not on Brutal, it's on NesTea.
It's on NesTea, that's right.
The highest level of all.
There's the Mako reactor from Final Fantasy VII. All right. Nexus again. anypro hanging on. I really thought it was going to be over. Huh? I guess I was wrong.
Well, it's 98 supply to 162. 5 base against
Uh-oh, he's
2.
going to attack 2 angles.
Up.
Nice force fields. Oh, but where'd the Nexus go?
It's hiding. It burrowed.
It burrowed, man. It cloaked.
There's a mothership. No, there's no mothership. Greater Spire almost done right now. Getting Adrenal for his Zerglings.
You can actually switch into Broodlords, too.
Yeah, you can switch.
I think we might see that. Just be
You
like,
start
all right.
sending like streams of drones.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah. Starts just building hatcheries. Hopes one finishes so that when it dies, it'll give off broodlings.
Well,
Good
I think
force
NesTea needs to pull back here for a minute.
11 Broodlords being morphed.
Uh-oh. They're at the Broodlord Academy. They're going to get their degree. Put it on the wall. You know, next to a bunch of books they haven't read. And go attack.
Yeah. 38 Banelings on the way to join an already decent number of Banelings.
Well, that was not necessary.
I like that.
Oh, I like that. Excuse me, he's actually got a little Baneling box.
Yeah.
A little Baneling container.
And he's going to be pretty scared now because guess who doesn't have Bling?
Guess who doesn't even have a Phoenix?
Guess who doesn't have any units that hit air?
Yeah. GG.
Wow.
Beautiful.
NesTea goes on to the Final 4. I think NesTea's a good bet for taking the tournament, Tasteless. Yeah. Drinking some Powerade, getting his power up to aid him.
Sorry, I couldn't talk there, Rotosis. I had to blow my nose. I had a boogie.
Little wiggle of the fingers there.
Yep. Well, you could see, I feel bad for anypro because he's very, very good, but damn, dude, I mean, he was the victim in this series.
Well, here's the thing. He's actually, the season before, he got owned by July, just like we just saw here.
Yeah.
This season, he beat July, so he got better. But then he faced the Zerg boss. This is the Zerg boss.
This is actually
July
like
is
final boss.
Yeah. July is Gutsman.
You know when you like get to the last
This is
level
Dr. Wily.
and you kill the boss, and the boss is like July Zerg, and then you're like, uh-oh, and he's like, "Rah!" and he like powers up and stuff, and he's in his god form. Oh, I gotta talk about these results. Killer 0-3 against Inca. Inca, best PvP in the world, hands down.
Yeah. Best Zerg in the world, NesTea. 3-1 against anypro.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Actually,
Just
I gotta
amazing
say,
play.
I can't believe how good today's games were.
Unbelievable.
They were just so good.
They were just like, wow.
And here is the
oh my-
proper
I got
brackets.
such sick chills, man. Oh my god. 2
Look how
Terrans,
cool
a
this
Protoss,
is.
and a Zerg. Can't get better than that. SC against NesTea. I'm giving it to NesTea. Inca against Nada. No clue.
No idea, man.
No clue.
No idea.
Come out on top of that.
I want to say Nada.
Imagine
but
a
I don't know.
NesTea Nada finals. Imagine that, if you would. Tasteless heads explodes. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, guys.
Killed
I'm going to put him back together. I start scooping up your
I'm
brains
like
off the floor.
Humpty Dumpty, man. Can't put me back together ever again.
I could put you together.
Yeah, you could. I just, that was
You'd have dust on your mind a lot of the
possibly
time.
the one moment in the past, 6 seasons we've had here where I could have Humpty Dumpty referenced him, so I had to do that. Shut up. I just keep poking you and saying I'm a jock. I'm a jock. I do this to him on
I
the
don't like to
subway,
be poked.
but it's eventually kind of come up
By
here
you,
in the
maybe.
show.
Code 8 finals
Code
going to
8
be
finals.
Bomber against MVP. That's pretty sick. I think
That
both
is
of them-
so good.
Yeah.
Go ahead. What are you going to say?
I think it's
That
gonna be
is so
good.
cool. I can't believe it. Sorry, go ahead. No, it's going to be really cool. I'm excited.
Yeah, you guys got to watch that. I'm sure that's going to be an epic match. Rematch from that Team League game. That was unbelievable. MVP down 70 supply coming back and beating Bomber in that.
Man. You could not ask for a better Code 8 finals because you know what? That should look like a Code S finals.
Oh, absolutely.
Seriously.
It might be Coda's finals
Bomber,
next
if you
season.
guys haven't followed the Team League, well, first of all, shame on you because that's some of the best stuff we've produced here. But we've seen him perform in the Team League. Shame on you.
For shame, viewers.
Shame. How could you do this? Actually, it's not this. It's this. Yeah, that's the shame.
Wagging your finger.
Yeah. But if you didn't see the Team League, that stuff was amazing, and Bomber
Look at
was
that.
really performing there.
We finally have the finals location.
Oh, it's going to be in
Daegu
Daegu.
again. That's the Exco again. We've had it there before. We're going to have it there again.
No, the last one we had it was at Daejeon. We did other work in Daegu.
Daegu. Yeah, no, we went there for a different event. Yeah.
Yes. That was
Sorry.
last
we
year.
cast more events than you guys ever see.
We do a lot of
actually.
esports casting out here, so.
Yeah.
We've been to both Daegu and Daejeon. Daegu, city located in the center of South Korea, give or take a little bit. And I'm
Daegu?
excited.
Yeah, it's pretty much in the south, near
Yeah.
Busan.
I think it's the third biggest city
yeah, I believe it
in
is.
Korea. And look, it's going to be cool, man. So maybe you're somebody who lives in Daegu and you wanted to come out, but hey, it's quite a trip to come up here to Seoul.
There you
or to
go. It's
Incheon or
your opportunity.
Daejeon. You can come up. Maybe you live in Busan. This is a much shorter trip for you. And, of course, you can always fly out here if you're a baller or if you want to just give up all those savings and make a crazy decision. Come out here.
Those are the best types of decisions.
Those are.
the most fun, at least for a little bit.
At least for a little bit. Well, I made the crazy decision to drop out of college and become a caster.
I made that decision 5 times.
Yeah, you've dropped out of college many times, haven't you?
I have.
So we're going to see what the finals will be, but I think no matter what, with the lineup we have, this is pretty stellar. I mean, SC, I think
We're going to have an amazing finals.
And we got the SC, this up-and-coming guy.
When the
got
worst
NesTea.
finals is a nada SC finals, when that's the worst possible finals you can have, you're in a good place, Tasteless.
You're in a pretty good place.
You're in a safe place. People love you.
And we got Nada, who's like
you're
a
okay.
legend from from StarCraft, one most consistent pro gamer of all time. We have SC up and coming, looking very scary, very complicated playing style. We got NesTea, who has actually just blown my brain with his impeccable and ingenious play style.
I put cotton in
And
his
of course
ears.
we
It
have,
was leaking
we
out,
have
man.
Inca, who's the best PvP in the world, but he's very creative. He's very good at other matchups. So it's pretty cool. And I guess that does it. So thank you so much for joining us today. Please add me on Twitter. I'm Call Me Tasteless. He's Artosis. Gom's new Twitter is just GomTV, not GomTVNet. And I look forward to seeing you guys for our starting semifinals here at the GSL.